Hello friends. Everyone entering the market is searching for one thing, the right opportunity. They think one perfect trade, one lucky day, and life will change forever. But the reality is, the right opportunities in the market never come waving a flag. They arrive silently and slip away from those who aren't prepared. Day trading is a world where every second can be for or against you, where a moment of hesitation can destroy your entire plan, and one wrong decision can wipe out months of profit. People come here to learn to read charts but lose because they never learn to read themselves. That's why Andrew Aziz wrote the book How to Day Trade for a Living. This isn't a get-rich-quick manual. It's a blueprint that teaches you how to survive and grow consistently in the market. And friends, from this book we've extracted 15 secret rules, not just to read but to internalize in the very fabric of your trading. But be warned, these points are to be taken lightly. Each rule will break the habit inside you that prevents you from winning, and each rule is the key to the next miss even one and you'll lose the complete picture. That makes a true professional trader. Get ready, because point number 1 will shake the very foundations of your trading. Rule 1. Trading is a business, not a game or a lottery. Andrew Aziz's first rule teaches you, if you treat trading as a game, a pastime, or a lottery, the market will give you results in pieces, often with losses. But if you treat it like a business, it can become the machine that gives you not only money but also freedom. The truth is, most of us enter the market with dreams. Someone thinks they'll change their car in 6 months. Another says they'll buy their own house in a year. Someone else comes thinking a few days of hard work and life is set. But friends, the reality is, as many people enter with this mindset, how many are pushed out of the market within a few months. Why? Because they saw trading not as a business but as a shortcut to easy money. Andrew Aziz says, trading rewards discipline, not dreams. Think about it. Does a business owner open their shop in the morning without any plan? Do they buy inventory thinking, let's see what sells today? No, they know there's risk at every step and every mistake will cost them dearly. Similarly, a trader must know how to measure their risk, manage their capital, and most importantly, control their emotions. If you're operating without a trading journal, running a strategy without backtesting, and jumping into the market every day without analyzing results, then you're not running a business, you're steering a Titanic just waiting to collide. Remember, the goal of a business is just to make a profit, but to survive in the long term. In the first year, survival, learning, and understanding your risk are more important than profit. And brother, this is where the real game begins, because in business there is one more thing: an exit plan for every project. And in day trading, the next point will reveal the secret. Every pro trader knows that your exit more than your entry makes you rich or bankrupt. We meet in point number 2. Rule 2. Your exit, not your entry, decides your win. So friends, Andrew Aziz's second rule teaches you, winning in the market is undetermined by your entry but by your exit. Yes, you heard right. The real game isn't about where you enter the trade, but where you enter. Many people spend day and night searching for new strategies, wondering which entry is best, which indicator gives the earliest signal. But the truth is, if your exit is wrong, even the most perfect entry will result in zero or worse. Andrew Aziz says, an entry sets the stage, but the exit writes the ending. Think about it. No matter how brilliant a movie's beginning is, if its ending is terrible, would you call it excellent? Absolutely not. Trading is the same. Entry is just the door, but exit is the path that can lead you to treasure or drown you in debt. People's biggest mistake is researching entries for hours, but at the time of exit, either exiting too early out of fear or getting stuck in greed and staying too long. In both situations, loss is guaranteed. And the most dangerous is the trader who enters a trade without any exit plan, then gets confused about what to do as the market moves. Professional traders don't fall into this trap. They play the entire movie in their mind before taking the trade. If the price reaches here, I'll exit. If it falls, this stop loss will protect me. And no matter how much greed or fear comes in between, they won't deviate from their plan. The most important thing in the market is discipline, and the real test of discipline happens at the time of exit. If you haven't decided beforehand what your risk is and where your target is, you've come to the market not to play but to lose. A correct exit makes you a winner in the long run. A wrong exit slowly empties your account. That's why Andrew Aziz repeatedly says, trade the plan, not the money in front of you. Meaning, trade according to your plan, not according to the profit or loss flashing on your screen. Friends, if you've never planned your exit as seriously as your entry, then understand this is where your money is leaking. Next time you enter a trade, finalize in your mind where you'll exit, and then no matter what happens, don't waver from that decision. Remember, it's the exit that writes the destiny of your trade. And brother, this is the real point, because in the next rule we'll talk about the secret that will teach you that trading daily is not a winning habit but a guarantee of loss. Rule 3. In trading, less is more. Sometimes the best trade is the one you don't take. Understand that their real strength isn't in the number of trades but in their quality. They take fewer trades, but trades with low risk and high reward. I've seen many traders who sit on the chart as soon as the market opens and stick to the screen until it closes. They think more screen time equals more profit. But the truth is, more screen time tires you, weakens you emotionally, and ultimately forces you to take trades you never would in a normal state. Andrew Aziz says that a good habit in the market is to trade only when your strategy clearly says, yes, this is the setup I was waiting for, and if that day doesn't come, leave the market without regret. Remember, in trading, saving cash is as important as making cash often. The best trade is the one you did on take. The biggest benefit of this habit is that you avoid overtrading. Overtrading doesn't just eat your account, it eats your confidence. Every loss creates doubt within you, and then you enter the next trade with that same doubt. Result, an even bigger loss. One bet. A trader always thinks today or tomorrow I will win slowly and steadily. This is the difference between a gambler and a professional, but this trap is so dangerous you won't even realize you record. On social media, on YouTube, you'll find people showing they made lakhs in a day, and you'll think if they can do it, why are you and I? And this is where your hurry begins. But friends, the truth is they don't tell you the whole story. They're losing days, years of practice, their mistakes, all this is hidden from you, and you only see what fuels your greed. So now ask yourself a question. Do you really want to get rich from trading, or are you just dreaming of getting rich quickly? If the answer is the second, then no, you've already lost. But if the answer is the first, then you must internalize Andrew Aziz's fourth rule. Get rich slowly, get rich consistently, get rich sustainably. And brother, the next rule connects right here, because rule number 5 will teach you that when you learn to control greed and hurry, the next biggest battle is with your own mind. Yes, the next rule will expose your own thinking, your mentality, and the enemy hidden inside you that quietly turns every win into a loss. Rule 5. The real enemy isn't the market, it's your own mind. So friends, Andrew Aziz's rule number 5 teaches you the real enemy isn't the market. The real enemy is your own mind. When you leave behind the greed and the desire to get rich quickly, the next biggest battle begins with your own thoughts and emotions. This is where 90% of traders lose, because they fail to defeat not the charts but their own minds. Friends, notice, when you sit in front of the screen, the chart is open. A thought is already planted in your mind. I have to win today. And this is where the mistake starts, because Andrew Aziz says, your brain is not designed to trade. It is designed to survive. Our brain isn't made for trading. It's made to save our lives, and that's why whenever you incur a loss, the brain immediately tells you, stop, do unstop. Take a revenge trade, get the lost money back. And this very thinking pushes you into a deeper pit. Now think, how many times has it happened that you knew a trade was unright but still took it and regretted it later? This is the moment when your mind deceives you. Instead of defeating the market, you have to defeat your own mind. Andrew Aziz repeatedly emphasizes that trading is 80% psychology and only 20% technical. You may become a master of charts, but if you don't control your emotions, you will always lose. Now the real question is how to defeat the mind. One, before every trade, ask yourself, is this trade part of my plan or just my feeling? To respect the loss, yes, it sounds strange, but its true loss isn't an enemy. It's the fee the market charges to teach you. 3. When your mind says just one more trade, learn to stop right there. Friends, remember, every trader's biggest test is the charts but their own thinking, and this is the real meaning of rule number 5. If you conquer the mind, you'll conquer the market. But this is just the beginning, because Andrew Aziz's rule number 6 is going to reveal an even deeper truth. We've learned that greed and the mind deceive us. But the next rule will tell you what the biggest weapon in trading is that gives you control over all this. And friends, believe me, if you adopt rule number 6, you can take your trading to a whole new level. Rule 6. The greatest weapon in trading is patience. So friends, Andrew Aziz's rule number 6 says, the greatest weapon in trading is unto your strategy, your charts, or even your capital. The real weapon is your patience. Think about it. When a new trader enters the market, there's only one thought in their mind. To make money quickly, they want results right now. And this is where the ruin begins, because trading is a marathon, not a shortcut game. Andrew Aziz clearly says, patience is the ultimate edge in trading. If you don't have it, the market will take everything from you. Meaning, if you don't have patience, the market will slowly take not only your money but also your confidence and your time. Friends, the real problem is that humans are naturally impatient. We want everything instantly. Look at social media. Everything is fast. Scroll, enjoy, move on. But the market isn't like that. Here you have to wait for the right opportunity, the right setup, the right movement. Now notice, how many times have you taken a trade just because you felt you had to do something or else the day would be wasted? And then that very trade became your biggest loss. This is the result of impatience. Andrew Aziz repeatedly says that the biggest difference between winning and losing traders is their ability to wait. Professional traders can sit on the screen all day waiting for just one right opportunity, and when that opportunity comes, they play their move with full confidence. But patience isn't just for taking entries. Patience is crucial for exits too. How many times has it happened that your trade was moving in the right direction but you got impatient, booked the profit early, and later saw that the same trade could have gone many times higher? This impatience gets you into the habit of small profits and big losses. Andrew Aziz believes that patience gives you not only the strength to enter at the right time but also the courage to stay until the right time, and this is the greatest skill in trading, friends. Think of a farmer. When he sows a seed, does he go check the next day why the crop has uncomed? No. He knows it will take time, water, sunlight, and the plant will grow slowly. Trading is the same. It requires patience. You sow the seed of your strategy, water it with your discipline, and then time gives you the harvest profit. But if you re-impatient, you dig up the seed itself and then say this farming doesn't work. Andrew Aziz's rule number 6 teaches us one more profound thing. Patience should not just be for the market but for yourself too. Because mastery in trading doesn't come overnight. You have to learn for years, make mistakes, get up again and again. If you enter patient with yourself, you give up midway. So friends, if you really want to become a professional trader, make patience your greatest strength. Remember, the market will always be there, opportunities will come again and again, but you only win when you learn to wait. And now comes the talk of the next rule, friends. Believe me, rule number 7 is the one that will be the real foundation of your trading system. We've learned to defeat the mind, learn to be patient, but the next rule will tell you what that one thing is that can make your trading completely professional. If you miss rule number 7, it's like building the whole building without a foundation. Rule 7. To be a pro, you must run your trading like a system. So friends, Andrew Aziz's rule number 7 teaches you. If you really want to become a professional trader, you have to run your trading like a system. Look, the market will give you countless opportunities every day. Every candle, every movement will attract you and say, come make money. But the real player is the one who doesn't consider every shiny thing as gold. Aziz clearly says that new traders trade everywhere, but professionals only play where their system allows them. Now put your hand on your heart and think, how many times have you taken a position just out of boredom or just out of fear of missing a big move? This is the biggest mistake, because until you have a system, every entry of yours is based on emotions, sometimes fear, sometimes greed, sometimes hope, and these three things together slowly empty your account. Andrew Aziz says, your system is your identity. Without it, you are just a gambler in the market. And this is the truth. A system gives you a shield. It protects you from overtrading. It protects you from emotional decisions, and most importantly, it gives you consistent results again and again. Suppose you've created a system for yourself that you only play opening range breakouts. This means no matter how many opportunities appear during the day, you only wait for that one setup, and this is the difference between a professional and an amateur. An amateur will say this chart looks good, let's jump in. But a professional will say this doesn't fit my system. Leave it, and leaving is victory. Now creating a system isn't that easy either. You have to do backtesting, look at data, maintain a journal, and most importantly, note your mistakes repeatedly. But once you've built a system and learned to follow it, understand that you've strengthened your roots in the market. Remember friends, trading without a system is like running with your eyes closed. It might sometimes feel like you're going in the right direction, but in reality you lost. A system shows you the way. It says, if this happens, do this. If it doesn't, exit, and this is the only way to survive long term. So friends, the lesson of rule number 7 is this. Create your system, test it, and then stick to it. The market will try to tempt you again and again, but your real victory lies in saying, no, I will only follow my system. But now a question arises. The system is built, you've learned to adopt it. But how do you ensure you never deviate from it? This is where Andrew Aziz's rule number 8 comes in, and friends, rule number 8 is the key that will internalize your system, not just on paper but in your blood. So we'll meet in the next point where you'll learn how sticking to a system will change your trading forever. Rule 8. Creating a system isn't enough, the real game is sticking to it. So friends, Andrew Aziz's rule number 8 teaches you, creating a system isn't enough. The real game is sticking to that system. Look, the market will tempt you daily. Every candle will tell you to try something new this time, but this is the real test. Aziz says most traders don't lose because their system is bad, but because they themselves don't follow their system. Think, how many times have you told yourself today, I'll only take trades according to the plan. But when the market opened and a sharp move came, your hand slipped and you broke the system and later cursed yourself, if only I had followed the plan. This is the trap every new trader falls into. Andrew Aziz believes that once you've tested a system and learned to trust it, then you must stick to it in every condition, whether there's a loss, whether the profit seems small, whether friends say another setup is better. You have to remain in the prison of your system, because in trading it's not freedom but captivity that saves you. Yes, it sounds opposite, but it's true in reality. Sticking to a system is uneasy. The mind will always say, come on, let's try something different today. The heart will say, if we catch this move, life will change, but that very moment is the first step to your ruin. A professional trader puts aside their desires, their hopes, their dreams, and just follows the system, because they know in the long term only this is their shield. Remember friends, a big profit gained by stepping out of the system is also dangerous, because it gives your mind the false lesson that breaking rules also benefits. And once this habit sets in, you'll slowly leave your system and ultimately end up where you started, an empty account and shattered trust. So Andrew Aziz clearly says, discipline is the bridge between goals and results. Your goal is to make money. Your result is consistent profit, and the bridge between them is only discipline, and discipline means following the system in every condition. So friends, the real lesson of rule number 8 is this: create a system and then promise yourself to follow it. The market will tempt you again and again, but your real victory lies in saying, no, I will only follow my system. But now a question arises. Even after following the system and discipline, sometimes the market shows you such a move that everything goes wrong. And this is where Andrew Aziz's rule number 9 comes in, where he tells us who the most dangerous enemy is that wipes out your hard work in one stroke. So, friends, in the next rule we reveal that biggest trap in which traders waste years of hard work. But the problem arises when after winning once the trader starts thinking they own the market. At that moment the mind says, you now understand everything you owe, make mistakes now, and this is where the ruin begins. Now put your hand on your heart and think, how many times has it happened that you made 2-3 good trades in a row, the account showed green, and immediately your mind said, let's take a bigger risk now, I am invincible. And the very next moment the market deceived you so badly that all the profit turned to dust instantly. This is the trap of overconfidence. Andrew Aziz says the market is no one's friend, it just does what it has to do. If you think you've defeated it, then know it's about to teach you a lesson. Overconfidence is the poison that slowly destroys your discipline. It pushes you out of your system, and once the system breaks, then only emotion trades, and emotion means loss. But the story doesn't end here. The most dangerous enemy is overconfidence, but its younger brother, revenge trading. When you lose and fire ignites in your mind, this market ate my money, now I'll show it. At that time you set out to take revenge, and this is where your real destruction begins, because revenge is never taken with strategy. Revenge is always taken with anger, and in anger a person only makes wrong decisions. Andrew Aziz writes, the market doesn't know you exist, so who are you taking revenge on? Think about it. The market hasn't even seen you. It doesn't care how much you won or lost. So then revenge on whom? The truth is you are not taking revenge on the market but on yourself, and in that battle the loser is always you. Now understand why overconfidence and revenge trading are the most dangerous, because both play in your mind. They make your system useless. They throw all your hard work, all your backtesting, all your strategy into the trash and take you back to where you started. So friends, the biggest lesson of rule number 9 is this: never let your mind think you're bigger than the market. You're just a player, and a player's job is to play according to the rules. Do you fight the market? Do you take revenge? Just trust your system. Accepting defeat isn't weakness. Accepting loss is strength. Still that iron discipline inside you that keeps you in control in every condition. This is the revelation Andrew Aziz makes in his rule number 10. And friends, rule number 10 opens the door from where a real professional trader is born. Be ready, because what you'll hear next can change your trading forever. Rule 10. Consistency is your only real edge. So friends, Andrew Aziz's 10th rule is where the entire thinking of trading changes. It might sound small, but the real power is hidden here. Aziz says, consistency is your only real edge. Now ask yourself, how many times have you thought that one big trade, one big profit will change your life? But the reality is, one big win doesn't make anyone rich. Rather, small, consistent wins slowly take you to where you want to be. Those who survive in trading do want to survive because of some magic formula. They survive because they repeat the same process every day. Whether the market goes up or down, whether their friends' trades are flying or people are showing screenshots on social media, they just stick to their process. And this is consistency. Think. When you go to the gym and work out daily, your body changes, but if you go once a week, do a very heavy workout, and then lie on the sofa for the whole month, nothing changes. Trading is the same small, consistent and disciplined steps. So what changed you? Aziz clearly writes, it doesn't matter how much you make in one trade. What matters is how much you can keep after hundreds of trades, and this is the real truth. An account doesn't grow with 1 or 2 wins. It fattens with 100,200 consistent, disciplined trades. Now think, how many times have you left your strategy midway just because you had a loss one day? How many times have you said, let's try something different today? This is where people slip. Consistency as biggest enemy is boredom. Yes, boredom. Because doing the same thing daily, following the same rules daily doesn't seem fun, but friends, it's these boring things that make you rich. And to be honest, consistency isn't built on a chart. It's built in your mind. When your mind repeatedly says, do something different today, and you still do what your system said, then understand you've achieved victory over your trading mind, and this victory is the real victory. So friends, if you've understood rule number 10, you'll now realize that the real edge isn't in the market but inside you. And that edge is consistency. But now a question arises. When we redoing the same thing consistently and still getting losses repeatedly, what should we do? Then is it right to stick to consistency, or should we change the system? This is the next secret that Andrew Aziz unveils in his rule number 11, and the answer to that pain is hidden there, which every trader feels when they face continuous losses. Be ready, because the next point will tell that truth, upon hearing which you might change the direction of your entire trading career. Rule 11. Every strategy has losing streaks. Can you survive them? So friends, Andrew Aziz's 11th rule is where the real test of heart and mind begins. He says, every strategy has losing streaks. The question is, can you survive them? Now ask yourself, how many times has it happened that you created a strategy, everything went fine for 2-3 days, then suddenly you got losses in 4 trades in a row and you thought, this system doesn't work at all. Then you immediately grabbed another method, a new indicator, a new strategy, but what happened? The same story, repeated. Aziz's point is that the real game is not of the system but of patience. The market doesn't reward any strategy daily. Even the world's biggest traders survive with a 40-50% win rate. The only difference is that after losing they do run away, do break, and do go out of their game. They know loss is a part, but surviving after loss is the real win. Now honestly tell me, how many times have you taken a wrong trade in anger after a loss? How many times have you done revenge trading just to recover your loss? And what happened? The loss doubled or tripled. This is the moment when your mind, not your system, deceives you, and this is what Andrew Aziz warns. If you can't bear these streaks, no strategy, no book, no course will be able to save you. Consistency doesn't mean blindly taking the same trade every time. No, it means you know your losses beforehand. You've already decided how many losses you stop after, when you take a break, and when you come back. And this is the real professional mindset. Think, if a boxer expects to win every punch as soon as they enter the ring, will they survive? No, they know they have to take many punches. They get hurt, but surviving until the end and striking at the right moment is what brings victory. Trading is the same. Losses are your punches. If you run from them, you're out of the ring. Aziz says, a trader is not defined by their winners but by how they handle their losers. And hearing this line, you'll probably feel, yes, this is my problem, because everyone talks about winning. But the real story is about how you handle loss. So friends, this rule clearly says, do change your system again and again. Change yourself, strengthen your thinking, keep your expectations realistic, and consider your losses as part of the process. Only then will you survive. Only then will you become big. But now a question starts gnawing at the heart. If bearing loss is the game, then how do we differentiate between a right and a wrong loss? Which loss is a mistake and which loss is a necessary experience? This is the secret Andrew Aziz unveils in his 12th rule. And believe me, the next rule is the medicine every trader needs to understand, that it's not about fearing loss but understanding it. Rule 12. Not all losses are mistakes. Some are tuition fees you pay to the market. So friends, Andrew Aziz's 12th rule confronts us with a truth every trader wants to run from but can't. And that truth is loss at the end of rule number 11. We understood that the real battle isn't with the market but with oneself. And in that battle, the biggest weapon that hurts us is the loss that comes every time. Now the question is every loss a mistake, or are there some losses that come as necessary lessons? Aziz says, losses are not always mistakes. Some losses are tuition fees you pay to the market, meaning every time you lose, that loss isn't just of money. Sometimes it becomes your biggest lesson. Think, if you're retesting a new strategy and it doesn't work as expected, was that a mistake? Perhaps not, because from that test you learned how the market behaves in that condition. You identified the strengths and weaknesses of your strategy. Yes, money went, but that money was unwasted. It became your learning cost. But if you took that same trade just because someone wrote on Twitter or you heard by now in some YouTube video and you blindly followed, then that loss is wrong because it had no analysis, no discipline, no plan. That loss won't teach you anything. It will only give regret. This is the difference to understand, friends. A wrong loss is one that comes from your ignorance, your carelessness, or your greed. A necessary loss comes even after following strategy, discipline, and rules. Andrew Aziz repeatedly says that no system wins 100%. Every pro trader also suffers losses between their winning trades. The only difference is that they know which loss is part of their strategy and which loss is the result of their foolishness. Now here is the question that gnaws at the heart the most. Do you ask yourself after every loss, why did this loss happen? Was it my mistake or part of my learning? Because if you stop asking this question, you'll keep repeating the same mistake, and here you'll become not a trader but a gambler. Andrew Aziz says, the market doesn't punish you for losing, it punishes you for not learning. So don't fear losing. If you fear anything, fear only that you didn't learn from the loss. So friends, the 12th rule says this: dissect every loss. Understand it, write it, and be honest with yourself. If the loss came according to the plan, be proud that you followed discipline. And if the loss came from your greed or fear, write it and stick it on the wall so that the same mistake doesn't happen next time. But now another big question arises. Suppose we classified the loss as right or wrong. But when the market changes repeatedly, when conditions become new every week, is understanding the loss enough? Or will we have to keep changing our thinking, our strategy, our mindset again and again? Friends, this is the truth Andrew Aziz's 13th rule unveils. And believe me, if what you've learned so far is the ground, the next rule is its foundation. Rule 13. The market never stays the same, adapt or break. So friends, Andrew Aziz's 13th rule introduces us to a bitter truth. He says that the market never stays the same. It's alive, it breathes, it flips. And if you do want learn to change your thinking and strategies with time you break, but if you be flexible, if you adapt, then this same market makes you big. And this is the truth. The strategy that was working yesterday can be useless today. The pattern that looks strong today can deceive you tomorrow. Now think, how many traders are there who cling to one setup? They feel this method will always work, but as soon as the market changes, those traders shatter. Why? Because they thought trading was a formula, but the market doesn't run on formulas. The market runs on flow, and the one who moves with this flow is called the real player. Andrew Aziz says a trader should think like a scientist. When a scientist experiments and fails, they don't sit down defeated. They look at the data, understand the results, and adjust the next experiment. A trader must do the same. If market conditions have changed, you'll have to adjust your risk. If volatility has suddenly increased, you'll have to look at your entries and exits anew. If liquidity is low, you'll have to take smaller trades. Meaning changing the direction of your boat with the changing wind is the real way to survive. And brother, this is where rigid traders lose. A trader who is stuck to one method thinks the market will move according to them, but the market never moves according to any trader. The market has only one job, to change, and if the trader has unlearned to change, the market will teach them, but at a very high price. Now think for yourself. How many times have you seen your favorite strategies suddenly stop working? Until yesterday the same setup was giving you profits, but today it's giving losses. Then you have two paths. Either you stubbornly insist, no, this will work, or you accept humbly that the market has changed and I must change too. A true professional is the one who chooses the second path. Andrew Aziz's rule reminds us that survival in the market doesn't mean being stubborn. Survival means creating a new path in every situation. Rigid traders always break, but flexible traders always survive and move forward. But now the gnawing question is just adjusting to the changing market enough, or do you need something from within to handle that change? And if so, what is it? This secret is unveiled in the next rule, Andrew Aziz's 14th rule. And believe me, this rule will shake you to the core, because now the talk is unteached about strategy or the market. Now the talk will be about your belief, your self-belief, and your mental strength. Rule 14. A trader's greatest edge is belief in themselves. So friends, the time has come for Andrew Aziz's 14th rule. And as I promised you, this rule will change all the talk so far. Andrew Aziz says, a trader's greatest edge is not a strategy, not a system, not even the tools. It's the belief in himself. Friends, this line goes straight to the heart, because the truth is, we all spent years finding strategies, changing indicators, optimizing setups. But whenever it came to self-belief, we stumbled. Now think for yourself. How many times have you taken the right trade? The setup was strong, the entry was clear, risk management was also fine, but from inside the fear was so much that you exited early, and later that same stock touched the sky. How did you feel then? It felt like the market deceived you, right? But the truth is, it wasn't the market that deceived you. Your own self-doubt deceived you. Andrew Aziz's 14th rule reminds us that adjusting to the changing market isn't enough. Until you have belief in your own decisions, every wave of the market will shake you. Friends, the biggest battle in trading isn't with the chart, it's with your own mind, and this truth gnaws at every trader's heart. When you lose, you do untrust, lose money. You lose your confidence, and once confidence is gone, even the best opportunity will stand in front of you. But you won't be able to click. Now think, if Sachin Tendulkar thought after every time he got out, maybe I'm not a good batsman, would he have become a legend? If Virat Kohli kept doubting himself after every slump, would he have been able to come back and make centuries? No, right? And the same applies to trading. The market's job is to knock you down again and again, but your job is to get up again and again. And the strength to get up doesn't come from a strategy or an indicator, it comes from self-belief. Andrew Aziz says every trader should look in the mirror and ask themselves one question daily. Do I trust my decisions? If the answer is yes, the market will become your partner. If the answer is no, the market will torture you every day. But friends, there's another deep point hidden here. Self-belief doesn't mean ego. Ego says, I am always right. But belief says, I can be wrong, but I can learn from mistakes and become right. And this is the difference between a winner and a loser. Think, how many traders break after one loss? But a professional trader uses even a loss as fuel to increase their self-belief, because they know every pain, every fall, every injury from the market is only making them stronger. Andrew Aziz's rule introduces us to a dangerous truth, and that truth is, until you learn to trust yourself, no book, no course, no strategy can save you. In the battlefield of trading, your biggest weapon is your mind, and what shields that mind is your belief. But now a question arises. Belief has come, confidence has come, but trading isn't just a game of faith and courage. The real question is, how to keep this belief alive consistently. When the market gives you different challenges every day, what is that ultimate formula with which you can keep your confidence strong in every condition? Friends, this secret is hidden in Andrew Aziz's 15th and final rule, and I assure you this rule is the ultimate key that will unlock the entire trading journey. Rule 15. Think in decades, not days. Trading is a marathon, not a sprint. So friends, the time has come for Andrew Aziz's 15th and final rule. And I'll tell you clearly, This rule isn't about any strategy, chart, pattern, or indicator. This rule is about the mindset that sets you apart from every trader. Andrew Aziz says, "A great trader doesn't just think of the next trade, he thinks of the next decade." Brother, this line shakes you to the bones. Because the truth is, we all get entangled in today's profit, this week's gains, or this month's targets. But those who really become legends see trading like a marathon, not a sprint. Think, how many times have you made a good profit one day and in overconfidence the very next day lost everything? How many times have you thought, I'll doubled the account this week, and by the end of the month the account was empty? This is the trap of short-term thinking, and Andrew Aziz's final rule pulls you out of this trap. He says trading isn't just a game of making money, it's a lifestyle, a mindset, and the most important thing in this mindset is longevity. He's staying in the game. Staying in the market is the real victory. But now the question arises, how to stay? What does staying mean? Staying doesn't mean you trade every day. Staying means you learn every day, you evolve every day, you become a little better every day. Staying means you remain active in this game for the next 5 to 10 years while protecting your account. Andrew Aziz says every trader should ask themselves this question: do I just want to win today, or do I want to stay in the game for the next 10 years? If the answer is the first, then believe me, the market will throw you out very soon. But if the answer is the second, then you'll automatically adopt those habits that bring longevity, like discipline, patience, and most importantly, consistency. Friends, the real meaning of this final rule is this: do you want to think of trading as just a career? Think of it as a journey, and in this journey every day is a part of your growth, whether it's profit or loss. Every day is making you a little stronger, preparing you for the next level. Now, think, if you see every loss as a lesson, take every profit as a responsibility, and treat every day like a brick for your next 10 years, then can anyone shake you? No, because then you're not fighting with the market. You're walking with it. And friends, here comes the biggest secret of this entire journey. Trading is not about making millions in a day. It's about building a future where millions can flow naturally. Andrew Aziz's final rule teaches you that the market's real reward isn't money, but the freedom that comes from long-term consistency. So friends, now in front of you is the complete power of 15 rules learned from giants like Andrew Aziz. If you've only heard them, that's good. But if you live them, then believe me, in the coming years you won't just be called a trader. You'll be called a legend. Now it's your decision. Will you keep chasing today's small profits, or will you build an empire for the next 10 years? Remember, the market always gives what you've prepared for. If this video touched your heart, please like it so we know you're ready to learn. Don't miss new rules and new secrets. So subscribe to the channel now, and in the comments, tell us which line impacted you the most. Share this video, because your one share might change someone's trading life. See you in the next video with a new idea. Thank you.